Breakfast at Tiffany's and bottles of bubbles. Girls with tattoos who like getting in trouble. Lashes and diamonds, ATM machines. Buy myself all of my favorite things. Been through some bad shit, I should be a savage. Who would've thought it turned me to a savage? Rather be tied up with calls and not strings. Write my own checks like I write what I sing. Yeah, stop watching. My neck is flossy, make big deposits. My gloss is popping. You like my hair? Gee, thanks, just bought it. I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. Yeah, I want it, I got it, I want it, I got it, I want it, I got it, I want it, I got it. Yeah. You like my hair? Gee, thanks, just bought it. I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. Yeah. Wearing a ring, but
friends all night, no phone, no cares, I was dumb and so young. My room singing Michael Jackson. Never under pressure. Those days it was so much better. Feeling cool in my youth, I'm asking, does anyone remember how we did it back then?
Do you got a first aid kit handy? Do you know how to patch up a wound? Tell me, are you patient, understanding? 'Cause I might need some time to clear the hole in my heart tonight. Every remedy and nothing seems to work for me, baby. This situation's driving me crazy. And I really wanna be a lady, but the one before you left me so damage. I thought that I should let you know that my heart is damaged, so damaged. And you can blame the one before. How you gonna fix it? Baby, I gotta know. What are you gonna do, baby? Baby, I gotta know. What are you gonna do? Do you got a first aid kit handy? Do you know how to patch up a wound for me?
Friday night, you and your boys went out to eat. They hung out, but you came home around 3. Yes, you did. If 6 of y'all went out, then 4 of you were really cheap. Yeah, 'cause only 2 of you had dinner. I found your credit card receipt. It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Pack your bag up and leave. Don't you dare come running back to me. It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Close the door behind you, leave your keys. I'd rather be alone than unhappy. Yeah. I'm packing back so you can leave town for a week. Yes, I am.
Strike a pose. Strike a pose.
Look around, everywhere you turn is heartache. It's everywhere that you go. You try everything you can to escape the pain of life that you know. All else fails and you long to be something better than you are today. I know a place where you can get away. It's called a
And we're live.
Welcome to Amplify, a benefit for immigration equality and the Caribbean Equality Project. Thank you for have attended a lot of Zoom events and meetings and are probably a bit weary. So we at the Caribbean Equality Project for your attendance tonight. This wonderful town hall and virtual concert is happening in no small part a celebratory moment for queer and trans people in the riots that really sparked the most recent milestones being last week's Supreme Court from being fired because of their sexual orientation. Every year, of course, a riot began with an uprising, began with the courage of trans women in New York City. But this year, that history feels all more relevant. This massive, sustained uprising around racial justice, of injustice in the United States that makes it necessary to say all Black Lives Matter. Is being powered by Black women, by Black queer women, by Black trans women. So we opened this forum talking about the crucial work that Immigration Equality and Caribbean Equality Project has been doing. I want to uplift the leadership of queer and trans Black justice in this country. Welcome to Amplify. Host, Aaron from Immigration Equality.
Thanks, Mo, and great welcome. Even during a time when we're facing a lot of challenges, I think it's really important to and to really celebrate our community, celebrate ourselves, even in the darkest of times, because there's in this social movement. And you know, at Immigration Equality, we on that nexus, but part of that work has always been racial justice work, and really looking inflexive right now about how do we increase that? Who do we partner with? What's our messaging? Staff and the board and among the people that we are constituents with to find new collaborations and new partnerships to really meet the need. Ongoing for some time. You can't do also a racial justice lens, because what represent who are white, 25% of our clients are from the Caribbean, which feels really good to partner with you in this moment when we're talking about Black lives. With me, and I just want to thank the other panelists. Good evening, Denise. And Denise, you may be muted, I don't know. And Denise has been an activist in the trans Black community with Immigration Equality for, I think we met 10 years ago when she was an ally. Judy Yu, who is, you know, where that institution or those institutions. And then Darren Glenn. Hey, Darren, who's also at the Caribbean Equality Project. So thank you all for being on the panel. Thank you, Mo, for co-hosting. You know, I think what I would like to talk to is like, Denise, how are you experiencing this moment? As kind of all of the things we're talking about, right? Like, you are a trans Black immigrant person in the United States, experiencing all of the things that we're talking about. I mean, it's fine for us to talk about them, but I think your experience is is more important than our thoughts about it. Denise, we can't hear you. You'll have to unmute.
So forgive us, Denise is still on mute, but she's an amazing Black trans advocate from the Caribbean, from Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, I tell you what, while we figure out those technical difficulties, let's go to a short promotional film which actually has Denise in it as an introduction.
Yeah.
I think that that will be an easy way to sort of frame the conversation that we're having.
My name is Gustavo Guzman. I was born in Venezuela. I got here to the US almost 3 years ago. I used to live a double life, one from everybody, even my family, and one from my friends. I grew up thinking that being gay was a bad thing.
I was battered by a group of men. I couldn't walk or sleep for days. My eyes were swollen shut. So I left Trinidad and I knew that there was nowhere for me to return to.
There are so many places that it is unsafe to be a queer person. People flee homophobic, transphobic violence. Immigration equality is here to ensure that those members of our community who ask for help can stay safe.
The first year that I was here in US was very lonely and isolating. I started to develop a problem with legal drugs. I found that I was HIV positive. That made me feel even more worried to come back to my country. Some people die from HIV because they don't have medical systems to support them.
Living in America undocumented, you're leaving one hell and you're stepping into another. But with this hell, there was hope.
In the exact moment the immigration officer said that they approved my case, that was like the first moment that I was able to breathe after almost 1 year.
One of the most satisfying portions of our job is that we march in the Pride March. And every year, the clients that we have tell us it's one of the most impressive and important parts of their experience in the United States. No organization can stand alone and be a success. We are building a movement. This is about a coalition.
Do not ever give up. You are part of something that is bigger than you. You belong.
Denise, powerful words as always. I don't know if we fixed the tech problem. Denise, can you hear us? Well, let's move along. Get back to that. Well, maybe talk a little bit about the Caribbean Equality Project.
Thank you, Aaron. In 2013, my brother and partner and family were attacked in Richmond Hill, Queens. And that incident left my brother hospitalized. And y'all will see a video from him during the concert as Sundari, the Indian goddess. But that incident sparked a movement in Richmond Hill. Community organizers and advocates rallied behind us, and we created one of the first anti-LGBTQ rallies in Richmond Hill, speaking out against hate crimes. And in 2015, Andy Bishun and Krishna Ramsaran and I founded the Caribbean Equality Project in response to anti-LGBTQ hate violence. This year, the Caribbean Equality Project is celebrating 5 years. We are one of the only Caribbean LGBTQ educational agency in New York City. Our work spans from a monthly support group that's 5-year running to a COVID emergency relief fund that we recently created to respond to the emerging needs of our community, which includes providing mental health counseling to our community members during this time. To date, we are creating spaces to create not only visibility and representation, but to advocate for Caribbean LGBTQ immigrant rights in New York City. That also includes the Supreme Court, includes being in the court to support our community members, being on the ground to support our community members. When our community members are attacked, they reach out to us, and we are connecting them to resources and services, not only to heal from violence, but to also respond and take a stand against it, and to be a powerful voice in their own way to let others know that we are not going to be invisible and we're not going to be silenced when our bodies are being attacked simply for being who we are. So I really want to thank Immigration Equality for first reaching out to us and for partnering with us on this benefit concert. But for the past 3 years, we have been referring our Caribbean LGBTQ asylum seekers to Immigration Equality. And that's 29% of Caribbean clients that you have. Many of those folks have come from the Caribbean Equality Project. Many of those folks have fled violence in the Caribbean, places like Jamaica and Guyana and Trinidad and Barbados and St. Lucia. And today, many of them are free and liberated, and they have resources, and they can not only live, but also thrive in New York City. From 2017 to today, we have won 22 asylum cases with our partners, and that also includes Immigration Equality. Most recently, one of our latest clients that was recently accepted to Immigration Equality is Tiffany Monroe, and she's a Black trans woman from Guyana. And many of you have probably seen Tiffany. She is the beautiful Black woman that was on the front cover of the New York Times as they announced the Supreme Court ruling. And that rainbow flag that she was waving, that was at the Black Trans Lives rally in Brooklyn, where our board member, Kyan Dorshow, spoke so beautifully, so powerfully, to over 15,000 community members that supported that rally. So Aaron, thank you again for passing this over. I'm going to pass it over to Darren. And since we don't have Denise, I would love for Darren to talk a little bit about the work that he does with CEP, and also what does racial justice looks like for us right now during the month of Pride as LGBTQ activists and organizers, as we respond to the killing of George Floyd and so many Black trans folks in the US.
Thank you so much for passing it along to me, Mo. And I'm just so appreciative to be in this space with such amazing activists, and to really honor and uplift the work that we've been doing to protect and to empower and to advocate for the most vulnerable people in our city. So I am the programs director here at Caribbean Equality Project, and my job is to design and implement successful programming to really fulfill CEP's mission to advocate for and empower Caribbean people in New York who are LGBTQ+. And this moment has really called upon CEP and all organizations that profess to be for the sanctity of immigrants and Black lives and LGBTQ people to, in a very conscious way, respond to the systems of injustice that are baked into this country. So a lot of our work has been in the past advocating for greater inclusion in our local government system, and also providing material aid to people who are suffering right now. And the COVID-19 crisis in particular has exposed our community members, particularly to a certain type of economic and social suffering. Our community members are people that work in the restaurant industry, in the nightlife industry, they also work in construction and other labor-intensive jobs that have been severely impacted by the economic shutdown in New York. And because of that, our responsibility as people who are trying to protect Black lives and trying to empower LGBTQ people is to meet those material needs. And I think in doing this kind of work, it's often underestimated the power of just providing people a meal, just providing people enough money for rent, just providing people the money to offset the costs of medical care. A lot of our folks are immunocompromised, and this is not just something that is essential to the way they live. It's because of all these systems of oppression that make put these people at greater risk for being immunocompromised. And so a lot of this justice work is about making sure that there's not an undue financial burden when it comes time for them getting their medication or staying in their current housing situations, or even accessing a meal. So a lot of this work that we've been doing, a lot of the racial justice work that we should be doing is about keeping people fed, keeping people in their housing, and keeping people healthy, or as healthy as they can be. And that work may not seem as radical as toppling the systems of injustice that
I hear you. Okay.
that we're trying to destroy, but that work is important, and that work is crucial.
I think the good news is we may have Denise back soon.
Oh, awesome. Before Denise comes back, on one other point that I really would like to make, if I may, is that the broader work that we're trying to do here really hinges on, multi-pronged effort. We want to have the agitation in the streets, we want to have legislation in the courts, and we also want to have transformation in the hearts and minds of people. That last one is very, very tricky, and Mo, I'm sure that as we get closer to the concert, we'll talk more about the important role of difficult conversations around the dinner table and the important role that art has to play in transformations of hearts and minds. But this is the three-pronged approach that I always keep in mind as I design programming, as I advocate for programming. Again, agitation in the streets, which we're seeing en masse right now, and I'm so excited by. Legislation in the courts, which we saw last week, and again, that transformation in the hearts and minds of people. Welcome back, Denise.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yay.
And now with audio. Denise, perhaps we can go back to our conversation for a short bit. Like, in this moment where we're talking about social justice, we're talking about racial justice, we're talking about immigrant rights, and Black rights in the lives of Black people and Black trans people. We talked a little bit earlier about your experience in the past and in the present. I wonder if you might share some of your thoughts.
Sure. Once again, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be back. Hi, I'm Mohammed. Hi, Judy, Darren, and Claire, and Aaron. It's a pleasure being here. Happy Pride, everyone. It's a wonderful
Happy
day.
Pride.
It's a wonderful time, given the circumstances, and it's really great that we can celebrate Pride. Aaron, part of my experience hasn't been insular. I think I share the experience of any trans woman who has faced discrimination of any kind, be it workplace, be it in the field of, just being who you are. And coming from Trinidad, in an environment that was rampant with transphobia, it is still very rampant in Trinidad, but I have learned to assimilate in a country that trans people are still living on the fringes of society. Having said that, I think Mohammed said it well when we looked at that Trans Lives Matter rally in Brooklyn 2 Sundays ago. I mean, I could not help but feel a sense of purpose, driven purpose, having experienced something like that. And I'm talking about it now, and I am feeling chills running down my body because I know that we are in a moment. And that moment is one that tells us that, yes, after all these years, Stonewall riot and all the incidences of transphobia and being relegated to sitting at the back of the proverbial bus, we are finally being heard. And, you know, my experience as a trans woman from the Caribbean, as I said, it wasn't insular. And I feel that now, as we are in that moment, we have to address issues that, because within our own trans community, I remember coming, when I first came to the US, there was no way that there was no place that I could have identified and gone to get support. And I had it rough. And I'm sure there are many others who had it rough. But within my own Caribbean diaspora, I felt then, and I still feel that there is this linkage that we are missing. And I think this moment is the moment where we should come together as one unit to create that cohesiveness that is needed for us to foster a real purpose. Trans people should not be relegated to doing just retail in the workplace. We are supposed to be represented in every sphere of society. We are not supposed to be seen as a freak or someone that is living on the fringes of society. We should be doing more, and we should be gaining that acceptance. And organizations such as Caribbean Equality and Immigration Equality, these are organizations that shoulder. Congratulations to Immigration Equality on 25 fabulous years of helping people, of giving people a second chance at life. And I can say that because I was given a second chance because of Immigration Equality. And today I stand here, I sit here virtually, and they're not stifling our voices. And I stand with all my brothers and sisters, my trans brothers and sisters, who are once again feeling as though they are not being put on the back burner. So yeah, it's been a wonderful experience so far. It's sad that we are faced with a Black Lives Matter, and it has to come to this. But I learned some years ago, without chaos, then there would not be no change. So this moment of chaos that we are in, it's important that we embrace it and we work towards building something that is new, strong, and ever so resilient.
Denise, it's like listening to a poet.
Well, thank you, Aaron.
And I think it might be a great time to see the Caribbean Equality Project celebrate Pride in a video that we have coming up next of all Caribbean people feeling really good.
Here's a video from Brooklyn Pride last year, where our organization won the Aaron B. Award for Simply the Best. Here is what you're going to be seeing is Caribbean, LGBTQ, queer and trans Caribbean people in New York celebrating Pride the way we celebrate carnival culture in Trinidad, but we're doing it on the streets of Brooklyn, pridefully.
Awesome.
was super fun. Remember the days of Pride, when we could march in the streets. You know, thinking about how we sustain our movement it necessarily means how do we fund it? And so the good news is this is a fundraiser. And so everybody on this platform has the opportunity to give to our two organizations, which we will split 50-50. And we will use that money in a remarkable way to change the lives of more people who are under attack, more people in our community who just need a little bit of help, a little bit of a lift in order to realize equality in their own lives, but also to do remarkable things, to start new businesses, to start new enterprises. Like every time we reach out to a queer, trans person and we give them that opportunity when they are immigrants, it only redoubles in the gifts that they give us. And in thinking a little bit about philanthropy and how we get funded, Judy, you has worked in philanthropy for a really long time. And I wonder, Judy, what's happening in that realm with both racial justice, with immigration rights, with queer rights? Like, what's your take on this moment of both, as Denise said, chaos and opportunity?
First, I just want to say thank you so much for having me. And I'm so excited to be here and to be able to really celebrate the amazing work immigration equality does and that Caribbean equality does, and to really hear directly from impacted communities about what's at stake. And I think, you know, in terms of, this is a moment of tremendous opportunity, right? And chaos. And I don't think chaos is always a bad thing. And I think I won't remember if it was you or someone else used the word sustain, like what is needed to sustain what is happening. And I think that's really key here. And I think, to be perfectly honest, philanthropy has not always been great at the sustaining part. I think we tend to be really good at sometimes responding immediately to a crisis. And there's like a surge of, I think, funding that goes out to groups, right? I think you've seen that with COVID. You're even seeing that now around Black Lives Matter. And while that plays a role, right? I think there is tremendous crisis that people are, as mentioned before, in need of, dire support for basic needs. And it's always, frankly, Black and brown, queer, trans and cisgender women who are really bearing the brunt of all of this, but also doing the most, I think, powerful work. But what I think philanthropy is being called for in this moment is to sustain a real commitment to fund in a truly intersectional way around racial justice, around queer and trans liberation. And I think really heeding and listening to the leadership of Black, trans, and queer people. This moment has been in the making for, I would say, generations. I mean, this is certainly, the uprising didn't just happen spontaneously. And I think it's also going to take, so there was a long haul for us to get to this moment. And I think there's a long haul for continuing to profoundly transform these systems that harm Black immigrants and LGBTQ people. So I think what I'm seeing in philanthropy is, and I'll say cautiously hopeful, right? That there is a reckoning around what it means to really support movements and to support organizing, to support work that really can't be done in just a year or 2 years or 3 years or even 5 years, right? So that's some of the conversation that's happening. I think philanthropy needs to go much further. And I think, there was a movement for Black Lives conversation with philanthropy that was really powerful in saying it's time to break the rules and to give more than like the 5% often of the endowment that private foundations will give. And some foundations are coming to heed that call, but I think many more need to really break the rules because this is the moment for it. And I think that's what actually showing up for Black lives really means, and for Black immigrant lives and LGBTQ people of color who are immigrants.
Well, you know, when we talk about, for a long time, we talked about different movements in silos, right? The immigration rights movement, the queer rights movement, the rights for women movement. And I think what we're really all coming to the conclusion of is that these are all the same movement. Like how can we not support all of these factors when our identities are so layered? And great if you can get immigration status, but what if you can't get a job because you're trans? Great if you could get employment non-discrimination, but what if you don't have access to education or healthcare? And in thinking about, you know, how do we tackle that? You know, I think at least in immigration equality, we're thinking about it in the very short term, the medium term, and the long term. Like, what can we do today that makes a difference that we could do overnight? Like, and then what do we do until the end of the year? And then what's the longer term sustainable system of change that we're creating? And I really think part of that has to do with philanthropy, but part of it also has to do with other NGOs, the public, the press, even buying into that theory of change. And so that's kind of our mission going forward. You know, and I think in thinking about other voices and how do you lift up other voices like Darren and Mohammed and Denise, voices that are not white, that don't have the privilege that we have. One of those individuals who is remarkable, both in being Caribbean and being trans and being Black and being all of the things, and also a remarkable singer that sets a good stage for the concert that comes after and will be an incentive for all of you to stay for the concert, is Regina King. And we have now a video of Regina ready to go.
A pleasant good evening to you all. I am Regina Elizabeth King, and I'm delighted to be addressing you virtually from the peace and tranquility of my own home. As we continue to fight the novel coronavirus, let me take this opportunity in thanking all of you and the essential workers on the front lines working to keep us all safe during this time. Thank you for being our heroes. I would also like to thank Immigration Equality and the Caribbean Equality Project for putting on this wonderful event, bringing us all together during this time of immense challenges. I am very proud to be associated with both of these organizations simply because of the tremendous work they do for our community. Let me tell you a little bit about my background. I was born in Guyana, which is located on the northern mainland of South America, and it is often considered part of the Caribbean because of its strong cultural, political, and economic ties. In Guyana, I lived in constant fear, abuse, violence, and I faced several attacks because of my preferred gender identity. I am a transgender woman of color. Ever since I was a child, I always knew I was born to be just this woman. And I live my life as such. And in so doing, I exposed myself to mistreatment and ridicule. But that didn't stop me. I continued pushing forward and ahead. The general society in Guyana used the church and religion as a justification to be hostile towards anyone that's perceived to be LGBTQ. Thus, subjecting those persons' identity as LGBTQ to violence and attacks. Politically, the situation is ignored, and there are many outdated laws that criminalize LGBTQ relationships. In 2014, I immigrated to the United States and I sought asylum, where I can be safe to live my life authentically and openly as myself. When I arrived in the US, I found the LGBTQ Community Center in Manhattan, and I joined a group called the Immigration Support Group. This group was created at the center to facilitate immigrants and offer crucial resources and guidance to the marginalized immigrant community. The group then directed me to Immigration Equality for help. Immigration Equality is a nonprofit organization working day in and day out, providing legal services to the LGBTQ immigrant community. When I arrived at Immigration Equality, I was interviewed by a staff where I explained my situation and I was given immense attention and guidance. At the end of 1 to 2 weeks, I got a call and I learned that I would be fully and legally represented at no cost. This is the work of Immigration Equality. I am an asylum winner today because of Immigration Equality's help. The Caribbean Equality Project, CEP, is a nonprofit organization based in Queens, New York, and it was founded by pioneering Indo-Caribbean Muslim LGBTQ immigrants' rights activist and native of Guyana, Mohammed A. Amin, in response to anti-LGBTQ+ hate violence in Richmond Hill, Queens. I am especially proud to be associated with CEP in its mission to fighting equality and social justice for our community. The role and significance of this growing organization continues to inspire us all with its fearless leadership, resilience, advocacy, and hope. Caribbean Equality Project is a community just working for all of us. Additionally, CPE serves as a liaison to government agencies to help elect officials that have a proven track record of equality and inclusion, regardless of sexual orientation or gender identity. Just like Immigration Equality, these organizations depend on kind and generous donations to keep doing its work. We cannot do this work without your generosity. So as I come to a close, I will ask you to donate to the cause and make a difference in someone's life. I look forward to meeting all of you at the end and other side of all of this. Once again, thank you for giving me the opportunity to deliver this wonderful message. Thank you.
So this is called Trying on My Own.
No
worry about it. I'm taking things for what is mine. Yes, I'm gonna take my turn. 'Cause then it's time for me to finally stand alone. Stand alone. To try it on my own. And I don't care if I'm right or wrong. You see, I live my life the way I feel. No matter what, I'm gonna keep it real. You know, time for me to do it. Say I'm not afraid. It on my own. And I don't care if I'm right or wrong. I live my life the way I feel. No matter what, I'll keep it real. You know, it's time for me to do it on my own. Yes, on my own. Thank you, and God bless you.
Wow.
Indeed. Uh, when we say that immigrants bring the best to America and the most talent and the most initiative, I can't imagine someone more exemplary than that, than of Regina Elizabeth King. And you know, I don't want to take the thunder out of the conversation as we move on to the COVID scare, but I also just want to acknowledge that last Monday, the Trump administration issued new proposed regulations that would make it almost impossible for anyone in the United States to be granted asylum. People like Denise, people like Regina, almost anyone. And we are, of course, Immigration Equality, preparing for the battle to stop that to happen. And part of what we need is you to comment on it. Because the way the process works is that the government produces proposed regulations. We have the opportunity, we the public have the opportunity to make comments, and we will help you make the comments. And the more comments they get, the more that they have to digest before they issue the rule. But the rule would literally make it almost impossible for anyone to get asylum in the United States. And so we really need your help. So on Tuesday, if you go to immigrationequality.org, we will have templates for you to scream your rage at the Trump administration to say that queer people need asylum, that we deserve it, and that we won't stand for not having it. Still digesting it. It's 161 pages of new regulations that they give us 30 days to respond to. It's a classical Trump anti-immigrant, anti-Black, anti-everything initiative that we have to fight against. Deep breath. We'll get through it. We'll need your help. Please do engage at immigrationequality.org on Tuesday at noon. Okay, moving on. Mo, perhaps we can talk a little bit about COVID and your good work about how you're combating and combating the disease and really supporting the community.
Thank you, Aaron. And also, Caribbean Equality Project will be joining you on Tuesday. We'll be sharing that information with our community as well. COVID-19 has devastated the immigrant community in New York City. We are responding to an overwhelming amount of requests for financial support. Many of our community members are currently either working from home or working reduced hours, but many are unemployed. And because of their immigration status, they don't qualify for unemployment benefits or they don't qualify for any type of assistance. And for folks who can think of living in New York City, how expensive it is, and not having an income at all, and knowing that your only source of income, your paycheck to paycheck, living paycheck to paycheck was ripped away from you, what do you do? Many of these community members have contacted Caribbean Equality Projects from the ending of starting probably the last week of March. And our leadership team decided that regardless of what happened with COVID-19, we were not going to participate in any physical pride activities. We decided to start a fundraiser. We launched our COVID-19 Emergency Relief Fund to support the Black and trans Caribbean immigrants in New York City. To date, we have raised over $21,000 through that fundraiser. We have distributed, right? A small grassroots organization with our partners have raised $20,000 for community members. We have distributed over $20,000 to community members. Over 120 community members have benefited from our COVID-19 Emergency Relief Fund. But we didn't stop there. We also got a consultant to provide free mental health counseling to our community members. Many of these folks are living at home in very homophobic and transphobic environment. Through our healing justice work, we started our biweekly virtual on-chain group, and we have community members that are literally walking around New York City with their mask on and their earpiece on just to be a part of that virtual group. And our on-chain program, it's the only Caribbean LGBTQ support group in New York City. And like Regina mentioned earlier, many of our community members who don't know about us, the center actually refers any Caribbean LGBTQ immigrants to the Caribbean Equality Project. So we get a lot of community members from the center. Immigration Equality gets a lot of community members, gets a lot of clients from us. This work that we're doing in New York City, it takes all of us to do it. It's full circle. We cannot talk about racial justice. We cannot talk about healthcare equity. We cannot talk about housing equity. We cannot talk about trans rights without talking about it through an intersectional lens. We cannot speak about it from a place where we don't have the experience. And with that, I'm going to pass it on to Darren to speak a little bit more about our pantry work that we've been also doing with our community partners, and to also expand a little bit more on our COVID work.
Yeah, so this response has been a tremendous lift on CEP's part because, we weren't expecting this crisis. No organization was expecting this crisis. No government was expecting this crisis. So we really had to develop the competencies in breakneck speed in order to meet the needs of our community. And one of those needs was, of course, food. We needed to feed our people who, don't live with a huge cushion of money to cover the cost of rent, transportation, and feeding their families. And so our food justice work has been done in partnership with other organizations in South Queens, including Sadhana, Coalition of Progressive Hindus, and South Queens Women's March, and Chaya, CDC, and other organizations in the area that have been committed to the dignity and the material needs of people in that community. And so we've been able to get a lot of donations and to gather some staples that are culturally reflective of that community. So a lot of South Asian and Indo-Caribbean food staples such as chana, rice, potatoes, things like that, so that we equip people with the things that they want and the things that they need. I know a lot of food pantries aren't necessarily looking to create culturally specific distributions, but that was very important for the work that we were doing, because this is not just about filling people's bellies. This is about building community resilience, and you can't build community resilience without also building community. And part of that is creating this kind of like culturally sensitive, we see you, you see us kind of dynamic. And so that this food justice work is becoming an essential part of our mission to respond to the needs of people who are living under the constant, uniquely immediate threat of social, economic, and ecological disasters. So our COVID response work is constantly expanding because the needs are constantly changing as this crisis draws on and on. And so we're depending a lot on community partners to really build an infrastructure that can be an element for long-term community resilience. And so I'm very proud to be a part of that work.
And the one thing I want to add to that, the pantry work that we are doing, the last pantry we did with our community partners, we fed over 700 families in South Queens. 700 families receive culturally responsive food from our pantry work. And we're actually partnering with those partners again, and we're doing it, and we're doing another pantry this Saturday where we're expected to feed over 600 families in South Queens. And this work is not just about us as queer people protecting our rights. It's about queer people standing up to protecting our communities, the communities we live in. So all of you, by supporting Immigration Equality and the Caribbean Equality Project today, you are directly helping to keep immigrant communities safe throughout New York City. So thank you for being a part of today's event. And I'm going to pass it over back to
all the more reason to give. Yes, all the more reasons to give to these beautiful two communities, to organizations. You know, our immediate reaction was to try to get as many people out of detention as possible, because jails, prisons, detention facilities were overrun with COVID, and the government was denying that people were getting sick. And we heard from people, from the people that we serve inside those facilities, that they were terrified that they were going to die, that there was no soap, that there was no possibility of social distancing. It was a horror show. And so we began to build litigation for that and immediately abandoned that, because the litigation is a long-term solution and we needed to be much faster. And that could not be better exemplified by the next video from a client spokesperson who agreed to put herself out there at the risk of retaliation from ICE to get everybody out.
Nosotros tenemos miedo porque aquí si no tenemos nadie que nos defienda y nadie que nos ayude. Por eso estamos pidiendo ayuda a todas las organizaciones que nos ayuden, que por favor que traten de sacarnos de aquí, porque todos estamos en pánico, tenemos mucho miedo.
And that we're about to have a concert. But what I really need all of you to think about and do is to join the Free Yanni campaign, because it's not just about one woman from Cuba. It is about all of the people in detention that need to be let out right now. And if you go to immigrationequality.org right now, you can at least sign our petition. We're going to send to ICE demanding her release. We're also going to have a phone-a-thon and a lot of other advocacy efforts to get people out of detention, because COVID's not going away. And our people are suffering, and they're going to die in those facilities if we don't get them out. And I know that's really heavy, but I really like action items as we wrap up with 2 minutes left. Give to the Equality Project, give to Immigration Equality, We're doing life-changing work, and it feels so good to do it for the community. It's so necessary, and no one else will do it, whether it's feeding our people or getting them out of jail. Like, we are the organizations you should care about. Go again to Immigration Equality on Tuesday for more action items. And I think we will cede the rest of our time to Denise for closing thoughts.
I've become quite emotional at this juncture because it could have easily been me. It could have easily been any one of us, trans individuals who have been put into detention. So my goal is to ask you all, the hundreds, maybe thousands of you who are viewing right now, to go to immigrationequality.org and do your best. Donate and sign petitions, support. It is critically important. It is the quintessence of importance for us to do this, because no one deserves to be living in detention, and no one deserves to be treated as though they're... So apparently there was a technical difficulty, but we are back on.
Continue.
And
yes.
I am saying that go to immigrationequality.org, visit the site, visit the website. I would like to thank Mr. Mohammed for the pleasure of being part of this program. Judy, it was a pleasure seeing you again. Darren and Aaron, as usual. To all of you looking in right at this moment, please be safe. Wear your masks, as Aaron says. COVID isn't going anywhere. Each one of us, at some point in time, we may have been impacted by COVID. Maybe it's a relative, or maybe it's a family member, wherever. Be safe, protect yourself, and continue to live and be resilient. Happy Pride, everyone.
Thank you, Denise. Mo, any last words before we depart?
Yes, thank you, Aaron. This was so powerful. I got emotional a few minutes ago because one of our COVID response recipient commented saying that the money that he received from us was able to help him and his family. This work we do as queer and trans activists, it's not only about us, but it's about our families, and it's about the people that we love and we have to protect. And the funding that everyone is going to give us today not only will sustain the Caribbean Equality Project, but it will help us to continue protecting the most marginalized in our community. So Immigration Equality, thank you for hosting us. This is the first time the Caribbean Equality Project has ever been given a platform to speak about our work and to uplift our work, but most importantly, to uplift those we advocate for. And those are the Black and Brown, queer and trans, Caribbean LGBTQ immigrants in New York City. So thank you so much. Go to CaribbeanEqualityProject.org/donate. Donate to the Black and Brown, queer and trans community members in New York, and help us to continue protecting them. Thank you, Immigration Equality. And thank you all for watching. And to all of our partners for the past 5 years, you have brought us to this part of where we are in our journey. And we look forward to all of your support next year as we host our very first fundraising gala in New York. So thank you. Have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody. Happy Pride. Enjoy the concert.
Happy Pride, everybody.
I don't wanna be alone tonight. It's pretty clear that I'm over you. I'm still thinking about the things you do. So I don't wanna be alone tonight, alone tonight, alone tonight. Can you
song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go.
Free your mind.
Nails, hair, hips, heels, ass, fat, lips, real, purse, full, big bills, bitch, I'm a big deal. Legs, face, eyes, thin waist, thick thighs. You, me, you wish. New phone, who this? Pussy, puss, give 'em cunt, bitch. Mama, yes, God, then you pop that tongue, bitch. This whole club is my runway, run, bitch. Y'all 5, 4, 3, 2s, I'm a one, bitch. Girl, what did that girl just say, girl? Girl, I don't dance, I work. I don't play, I slay. I don't walk, I strut, and then sashay. But I don't work for free. That's not the tea, hunty. So make it rain on me, and I might let you see. What you gonna let them see? My nails, hair, hips, heels, nails, hair, hips, heels, nails, hair, hips, heels, nails, hair, hips, heels.
My nails, hair, hips, heels, nails, hair, hips, heels, nails, hair, hips, heels, nails, hair, hips, heels.
Head, shoulders, knees, toes, don't know these hoes. Face, lips, eyes, nose, camera, click, we pose, beat.
Hi, y'all. Presented to you by Immigration Equality, Flour Tortilla, and I'm your do you like this blonde highlight? I started working with doing because immigration in my mind growing up to cause is both Caribbean Equality Project and Immigration Equality. So I'm super excited to be here. Before we jump into the concert, there are just a few things I want to say about what's going on right now. And when I say what's going on right now, I mean the murder of Black lives. It's a pandemic bigger than COVID. It is injustice on all counts. And it should no longer be tolerated by anyone. I know as a person of color that I do not have the same experience as the Black person, but being trans and being femme, I want to be there for y'all as much as I can be. And I think all of us need to make a commitment to each other and to the Black community to continue to educate, to continue to learn, and to continue to create more space for Black people. And with that, I'm going to move on to the first video. I'm so excited to have this first performer come up because I've been following her for so long, and she is just such a spectacular performer. Her name is Mila Jam. Her pronouns are she, her, and she's about to turn it out for you right now. So DJ, hit it.
This is Better Days. I'll sing out a prayer for our better days. Your smile says to walk away for the rest of the day. Why do you hold my heart and rip it all apart? Why make our love so hard? To my knees I fall, and I'm praying for better days, better days. I'm still praying for better days, yeah. Better days, better days. I'm still praying for better days, better days. Better days, better days. I'm still praying for better days, better days. Better days, better days. I'm still praying for better days. I keep hope so high that we'll see our better days. Yeah. Your smile seems to find a way to be set in your ways. Why do you hold my heart, then rip it all apart? Why make our love so hard? To my knees I fall, and I'm praying for better days, better days. I'm still praying for better days, better days. Hey, hey, praying for better days, better days. Oh, 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 better days. Oh, na, 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 na. Better days.
Yes, bitch. Yes, bitch. Everyone, please give it up again for Mila Jam. You can find her on Instagram at the Mila Jam. And y'all should, if you haven't yet, y'all should be streaming her on Spotify because every click, you know, she gets a little bit of money. And that's how you can support a Black artist, let me tell you. Moving right along, before I move, everyone who was a part of the town hall, you all just created such a great atmosphere to start the evening. And I couldn't have said it any better than myself. Time and your knowledge and the work that you do on the ground with all of these folks. So moving along, we do have, are you ready for me? We're gonna move on to the next video, and you might recognize her from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11. We do have the Munch Munch Crunch Crunch.
Hi guys, it's Vincent with the Good Meal from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11. Coming from me, honey. I just want to shout out Immigration Equality for the hard work that you do. But, you know, I want y'all to know that I love you in this Pride Month. And I just want to share some love. We in the quarantine. We fighting for human rights right now. And it's Pride Month. What much more to be said? I don't know much more I can say or do to give you hope. But I guess the thing I can say, you know what? There is something I can say to give you hope during this Pride Month. And the word for this month during Pride Month is to make sure that you are selfless and that you're giving to others. We can't, you know, say that we're being prideful and we're not helping others. And Immigration Equality does that in the work that they do for the LGBT community. But make sure that no matter what you're doing or how you're affiliated with this organization, that you always stay selfless. Being selfless has been a big part of what I do, what I bring to other people, because, child, my grandmother taught me at a very young age, you can't be blessed unless you bless others. So I always try to bless others in anything that I do. I know I'm the crazy, the loud one, but honey, this crazy and loud person has a heart behind it, and that's what's most important. So I done, you know, got my 1-2 drag, you know. I'm in Mississippi, and this is my mama's wig. And I got a little makeup so I can do this video for you guys. But I guess, I hope that I can just, you know what? I'm gonna sing this little song for y'all. Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna sing this little song for y'all because y'all deserve it. If I'm gonna be selfless, you know, I got to sing you a little song to let you know that I love you guys. It ain't got nothing to do with Pride Month or the words, you know. It's just a sound because I don't sing much and I don't use that talent often, but I want you to have a little piece of my talent. And this is what I can give you to make sure that each and every one of you are blessed during this Pride Month. I know a lot of you are going through certain things. I know a lot of you are feeling lonely. You may be feeling down, but it's Pride Month. And we got to be selfless in our acts. So make sure you're checking up on your best friends, especially the ones that are the strongest. Check up on them. And I'm just going to sing this little song for y'all. And hopefully you like it. If you don't, it ain't my problem. Nobody do it like that. Hopefully you like it. If you don't, you know, we'll figure it out. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though I'm here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the girl I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why he had to go, I don't know. He wouldn't say. I said something's wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why do my laptop always stop in YouTube at 1 minute and 18 seconds? It never fails. If you know how to fix that, let me know. Oh my goodness. Let's go. Had to go, I don't know, she wouldn't say. said, something's wrong now. I long for yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. I believe in yesterday. Ooh. I love you guys. My computer don't love me, but it's okay because it won't be a true silky video if something go wrong. I love you guys. Y'all remember to roll with the punches and never give up. They say keep hope alive. I don't believe in it. Don't keep hope alive. Fight for your hope. Fight for your hope. You know I don't mind fighting for anything, especially hope. And right now that means for human rights. So fight. Continue to fight. Continue to do what you're doing. I love you guys. God bless you.
Very happy. You're going to hear a little bit from me, a little bit. But in the meantime, we do have someone joining us live from their living room, I believe. Her name is Patty Harrison, and she is a comedian, writer, and actor. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass it along to you, Patty. Take it away.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the crowd, the sky. On the road one way, was all done and missing. On the rocket's red glare, the bombs are stick, and I guided through the night. That flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? And for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you, everyone. I'm Ivanka Trump.
I just wanted to say it is so amazing to be here right now. And there's a lot of bad things going on in the world, but many of them are small problems, from what I understand. And I am, I'm really tired of divisiveness. I think this is a time now more than ever we need to come together. And above all, we need to tell other people that people are wearing masks. I think that's something, right? I also want to say that I, Ivanka Trump, have one Black friend, and we do not talk. So, it's the season, and it's the season of giving. It's one of my favorite seasons right now, which is Christmas, which is why I want to share with you one of my favorite self-care activities, which is singing "Baby, It's Cold Outside" with my husband, George. I can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I've got to go away.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Never mind.
And hoping that you drop
I'm
in.
gonna stay. I love my husband. He is like man, I really nice.
Beautiful, what's your
Why are we so mean to men?
Listen to that fireplace.
I hate that.
Beautiful.
Everyone has to fight.
Some records on while
I hate this
Baby,
country.
it's bad out there.
I do nothing.
No cabs to be had out there.
I am aware.
Your eyes are like starlight.
And I should die.
I'll take your hat. Your hair looks swell.
I like when men are
Mind
cruel.
if I move and
I wish people could see things my way.
What's the sense of hurting my pride?
I am a
But
turd,
baby, don't hold out.
and I wish I would die. Wow, I love Christmas so much, and I love getting to share it with all of you. I really, I'm so glad that I got to be here with you all today.
Baby, it's
And I want to
cold
give a
outside.
big, big thank you, of course,
Baby, it's cold outside.
to the one who makes it all possible.
I'm lucky that you dropped in.
Remember, if we don't keep fighting and keep donating and keep consistent with our anti-racist actions, we win. I love you so much.
Baby, you'll freeze out there. It's up to your knees out there. I feel when I touch your hand. How can you do this thing to me? I think of my lifelong sorrow. If you got pneumonia and die, no, baby, don't hold out. Baby, it's cold. Baby, it's cold outside. That took a lot of convincing.
Merry Christmas.
A conference room. A classroom.
That y'all. Everyone, Ivanka bringing us that. Honestly, I needed to see that today. If there was anything I needed to see today, it was that. So thank you so much. Oh gosh. We have a really great lineup for y'all, and we've already started very strongly, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep moving things along and introduce our next performer. B. Steadwell is a singer and an activist and a really incredible person. And I'm so excited. We've crossed paths before in the past, and I'm so excited to see them here again today. So without further ado, it's B. Steadwell.
Hello, my name is B. Steadwell, and I am so honored to be a part of this event. I'm going to start with a song that I wrote for my ancestors. And it's about, it's inspired by the character Setha from Beloved by Toni Morrison. And I was inspired by the passage about her, about the character running to escape slavery. And it feels relevant today for our immigrant brothers and sisters, for people of color, and I think these stories are important to keep telling. So this is called For Setha. Deep river woman, 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 deep Deep river woman with wounds for your shoes, running for freedom with 2 lives to lose. Isn't that the river singer? Deep rivers cut through the darkness, the shadows, the trees, cut through the pain that brings you to your knees. Isn't that the river whisper? Free as she walks, the ground pulls her down as she moves. The moon is her ground. Deep river, down river woman, deep river woman, deep river woman, deep river woman, Deep river woman with wounds for your shoes, running for freedom with 2 lives to lose.
racing by, the river sing her deep blues.
Immigration equality provides free legal help to asylum seekers who come to the U.S. to escape persecution simply for being queer, trans, or HIV positive. Our partner, Caribbean Equality Project, empowers and strengthens the voices of LGBTQ people of Caribbean origin and descent through advocacy, community organizing, education, and social and cultural programming.
В этом сезоне Pride 2020 года память о протестах Stonewall становится еще сильнее из-за протестов, происходящих в настоящее время по поводу полицейской жестокости, убийства Джорджа Флойда и бесчисленных других людей. Протесты приносят видимость движению.
Nos solidarizamos con quienes buscan justicia racial y el fin a todas las formas de opresión. Ahora es el momento para unirnos y hacer que nuestra voz colectiva se escuche. Logremos cambio y pongamos fin a la opresión sistémica de quienes han sido y siguen siendo marginados.
All the work we do at Immigration Equality centers the queer, trans, and HIV-positive immigrants and families we represent. And we do everything we can for as long as it takes to secure them the safety and equality they deserve. We're currently advocating for the immediate release of a queer Cuban refugee, Yanelkis, or Yanni, from an ICE detention center in Louisiana. She's in danger for being LGBTQ and at risk of contracting COVID. We're telling the media and Congress about her story, and we won't stop fighting until she's free. I believe our campaign will be successful because we don't give up. We can't give up. Queer immigrants and families depend on us, so we can't and we won't let them down.
Nous sommes extrêmement fiers du travail que nos amis au Caribbean Equality Project font pour notre communauté. Ensemble, nous pouvons sauver des vies. Merci de vous joindre à nous ce soir pour amplifier et célébrer les voix queer.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, B, for that beautiful song. And thank you to Immigration Equality for including a little bit more about the work that y'all are doing. Apologies for the technical difficulties. I think we're sorted. So, you know, here's the thing, is that live streams are a whole different ballgame for us drag queens. Let's talk about it. It's real. What? You want to talk about our resume? We are adaptable. We got to do all this tech shit that we've never done before. And I'm just really happy that I get to do it and learn along the way. And I know a lot of fellow drag queens are continuing to do that with me in trying to create art and trying to push stuff out into the world to share our art and our visions and the things that we care about. So thank you again for joining us for Amplify. And I'm hoping that you're having a good time so far. I know I am. Moving right along. This next performer, which I've never heard for a while actually, and so when I saw her on the lineup, I was super excited that she would be here with us tonight. Her name is Detox Lucia. Now me and Detox have met in so many programs. I swear to God, like we never coordinate to meet each other or see each other, and we see each other in programs all the time, just like Detox and I thought, hey, what's up? But there were a few times, especially that we got to talk and really got to know each other, and I can see that man enter not only just drink but also on the street and also doing work that's important for the community. So I'm so excited to bring on my friend and a fabulous performer. Her name is Detox Lucia.
Past 5 years, the Caribbean Equality Project has created an affirmative space for me to connect with my Caribbean LGBTQ plus community and to share my artistry as a Jamaican drag-centric activism. As a Black queer immigrant in America, this opportunity to celebrate Pride and to uplift an organization that has supported me and other LGBTQ immigrants is what Pride looks like to me. So here we go. This is me.
Yes, bitch. Oh my God, she brings a party every time. Her name is Detox Bustier. Thank you so much, Detox, for getting to, perform for us and share your wonderful talents with us. I really am so happy that I got to see you on this flyer. And again, you can follow her on Instagram at detoxboost_AE, because that's how you spell it, girl. Moving right along, we have a little clip from our friends over at Cheer New York.
We are Cheer New York! Yeah! Whoa! Torch got style, crown got flavor, both teams lit, oh yes indeed. When we bring them both together, whoa, what a sight to see. Red and silver, navy blue is dripping all on me. Ship for change, shit with pride. Cheer New York, go NYC. LGBTQ, got the crown, let's put it on. We gon' celebrate this year, year 20 and beyond.
Thank you so much, Cheer New York. Thank you so much for sending something in to share with us and to share with everyone. Your support means a lot to us. I know actually a few of the queens that aren't in Cheer New York. I love some of those bitches. Hibiscus, I Need a D. That was free marketing for y'all, so I'll talk to you. I'll send you an invoice after this. No, I'm just kidding. But they're really awesome, and they're also a part of Cheer New York. And so I'm super happy that we had some representation from that org with us today. Moving along, I'm so excited to be here tonight. But I'm also really excited to continue to support the efforts of both Immigration Equality and Caribbean Equality Project. I know right now things are extremely difficult, especially given the current circumstances of the pandemic and how it's affected a lot of people's income. It may feel scary, but hoarding resources right now is not what we want to do. So please, if you are able to donate. You are able to do it. There are links everywhere ready to show you how to do it and what exactly it's going to. The proceeds will be split between Immigration Equality and the Caribbean Equality Project. So continue to donate. I hope that we can make a lot of money for these two organizations that are doing some really great work. Moving right along, I'm very excited to present two folks coming together in one video. We have Patrick Gallino from Stoli and recording artist Debbie Holiday.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick Gallino, the Global LGBTQ Ambassador for Stoli Group, and on behalf of myself and my amazing company, welcome to Immigration Equality's Amplify Digital Benefit Concert, co-benefiting the Caribbean Equality Project. You know, we often talk about how we are proud to support great community organizations, but in the case of Immigration Equality, it is much more. It is a privilege, and I feel a responsibility to support the work of this organization that daily serves Pride by advocating for and championing what is truly our greatest resource: the people from the most diverse of LGBTQ plus cultural and geographical backgrounds whose stories and voices today hold more value and importance than possibly ever before, and every one of whom deserves their opportunity to not just freely experience, but also serve Pride. Even though our physical gatherings are currently somewhat altered, I'm having a fabulous time tonight, and we are privileged to stand in the sunlight of so many decades of activists and fearless individuals, including a tremendous number of powerful people of color, without whom we would not know the meaning of the word Pride today. And as I know I have been, any of us who've been lucky enough to live a better life because of the sacrifices of those who have come before, well, it's our responsibility, if given the resources, to serve Pride by supporting the efforts of organizations like Immigration Equality and the Caribbean Equality Network today. Now, any of us with an opportunity to interact with others, from being a bartender to a teacher to a drag star, can use their platform to change the world. In my case, I just got lucky that for over 10 years now, I have been working for one of the most iconic brands in the world, Stoli, and this is how I am so blessed to serve Pride. I also thank the gay stars that in my life, I know so many individuals who do the same and really much more. And right now, I am beyond prideful to introduce to you a chart-topping Billboard recording artist who daily serves Pride as one of the most talented and beautiful spirits I know. Performing a new song she took the time to write for me, please welcome, singing Stoli Serves Pride, the Debbie Holiday!
Hey everybody, Debbie Holiday here, and I am super excited to be singing Stoli Serves Pride for Amplify, which, as you know, will be benefiting Caribbean Equality Project as well as Immigration Equality. So here we go.
stand tonight. Maybe you're waiting on some kind of light, dreaming on this ordinary night that might mean anything to find what they thought you'd be. Or maybe all you really need is just to know that you're not broken. When you're feeling alone, like you wanna go home and you're out tonight, Stony serves pride, right, right. No reason to hide, you're gonna be alright. Let your light shine. Stony serves pride, right, right. You share just a little time here. Share your light and shed your fears, the ones you're drowning in. No, don't you think it's time to open up and say it's my life, gonna live my way? Or ever doubt what's in your mind, and don't you dare waste any more time. When you're feeling alone, like you wanna go home and you're out tonight, Stony serves pride, right, right. No reason to hide, you're gonna be alright. Let your light shine. Stony serves pride, right, right. Whoa. Stony pride.
Thank you, guys. Be safe, be good, be happy.
Hi, I'm Mike. That's Alan. We're Perfume Genius.
Hi everyone. Starting now. I really wanted to do this song because there's a lot that I'm going through currently in my own transition and in my transness, and like trying to kind of figure out who I am and the things that stick and the things that I know are different inside. And so this song really, I think, embodies this idea that we should really own the things we've been gifted with, the things we've been born with, and continue to grow and change the things we know that need to be changed. This song is called Queen, and it's by Jessie J. Hope you enjoy it. Stop playing with your body, lady. Stop feeling like you're not enough. Stop giving in to the haters. Stop and give yourself some love. Stop staring at the mirror getting faded. You say you won't fall in love. Stop trusting all these fake idiots. Trust me, they don't give a fuck. Whoa. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of feeling this. The world says beauty is changing. Fuck that, that's fake expectations. I'm the real shit. Let's get naked. Start meditating. feel elevated and say, I love my body, I love my skin, I am a goddess, I am a queen. I love my body, I love my skin, I am a goddess, I am a queen. Stop chasing all the hype, my girls. Don't try to change who you are. Stop cutting yourself up on the outside when inside an Avascotty can't be healed with something materialistic. Can't be healed by a man who stays distant. It's deeper. Save yourself before you betray yourself. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of feeling this. The world says beauty is changing. Fuck that, that's fake expectation. I'm the real shit. Let's get naked. Start meditating. Feel elevated and say, I love my body. I love my skin. I am a goddess. I am a queen. I love my body, I love my skin, I am a goddess, I am a queen, yes. I love my, I love my, I love my, I love my body, skin, goddess, queen. I love my body, I love my skin, yeah. I am a goddess, I am a queen. Thank you all so much. Oh, letting me live my Jessie J Rebirth fantasy. Honestly, this happens every time. I'm just gonna do it now. I lose a lash every time I sing. It just happens. And honestly, you can ask anyone who comes to my show, I lose my lashes all the time. It's the tears, it's the art. That's what it is. Hold on, let me switch over to a setting that sounds a little more like me without the reverb. Thank you all so much. Once again, thank you again to Immigration Equality and the Caribbean Equality Project for having me and letting me perform for y'all as well. Moving right along, we do have, you saw a little snippet of it before I started, but coming up next, we have the group Perfume Genius.
Hi, I'm Mike. That's Alan. We're Perfume Genius. As LGBT people, we know that it doesn't always feel safe to be who you are, where you are, and that is even more true for a lot of people that are not in this country. And I want to thank Immigration Equality for the work that they're doing to help people feel safe and valued in ways that they always should be, and that should be a human right. Okay.
Just enough to find a trace. It's enough in the mirror, I can almost find your face. You know it's been such a long, long time without you. still swinging. So long chasing satisfaction's a lonely thing, or so she tells me. Underneath the feeling, I'm feeling something when the center falls out. At least I love the spring. You know it's been such a long, long time without you. Without you. It's the strangest feeling, unknown, even almost good, with the dog still swinging. So I'm chasing satisfaction's a lonely thing, or so she tells me. Underneath the feeling, I'm feeling something when the center falls out. At least I'll have the spring. You know it's been such a long, long time without you.
Being a part of this event with us. We really appreciate you contributing and moving. And listen, I even put on my eyelash again. Do you see that? I mean, I don't know. Let me test. Let me see. It's so weird. I have a mirror right here and I'm looking at this. Like a drag queen, all we do is literally look at ourselves. That's like our actual job. Like we're here to entertain, but we actually just spend a lot of time looking at ourselves in mirrors and in cameras and such. That was a tangent. Moving right along, I'm super excited to bring up, I met them yesterday for our sound test, and they seem like an incredible joy. I'm so excited to have them on. Their name is Jess Tom. Streaming live from Queens.
What's up, guys? Oh my gosh, here I am. Yes, here I am live from Queens. It's me, Jess. If you don't know me, I am a stand-up comic. Thank you so much for words. I don't know what's happening. It's fine. This is the truth of the quarantine experience. I'm just going to be here truthfully with you all. More and more panicked every moment. Thank you so much to Immigration Equality for having me. I'm so glad I got to be connected to them last fall when I got to accept this Leading Light Award on Patty Harrison's behalf. I had heard she was going to be here today, so if anybody sees Patty, can somebody please hand off this award to her? I did see Ivanka, I did not see Patty. Guys, I love doing stand-up comedy for queer folks, but I have to say, as a queer stand-up comic, doing stand-up for queer people scares me the most, because it's hard to make us laugh. And that's fine. Queer people, we've been through some shit. We've seen shit. Like a stand-up comic will be like, so, where are you from? Queer people are like, generations of trauma in the diaspora. Did not budget to talk to another person today. We're scared. Okay. We're scared. This is a crazy time. As you know, I'm coming to you from my own depression aquarium. That is how I feel every time I do one of these live shows. I'm going through a particularly weird time myself. I started HRT recently, hormone replacement therapy, which for me is testosterone, nature's beard filter. And what that means is that I am literally going through puberty in quarantine. And I do feel like a high school sophomore who's been grounded for the summer. I'm like, I wanted to see my friends. I was supposed to get a hickey at Six Flags. I'm pissed. I'm disappointed, I'm pissed. Things aren't going my way. It's been a long time coming for me. It's been something I've been thinking about for a long time. And, for the longest, the reason I didn't want to pursue it was because when I would think about the cis boys, I wished I looked like they were teenagers. And so technically not really on testosterone either. But I'm doing it. I'm making the leap. I'm excited. I'm scared. I'm excited. I'm scared. My greatest fear is that testosterone will turn me into an unfunny man. Some months down the line, I'll wake up like, oh, my wife. Like I suddenly have a wife and I hate her. I hate her. It's interesting. I found that I'm using testosterone to excuse some of my problematic behavior in quarantine, not in like a messed up way, you know, not in like an oppressive way, just in like a basic bad life choices way, which is gender neutral. Anybody can do that. It's like, okay, so here, let me get close to my ring light here. If you can see, I'm breaking out a little bit. And I used to have this like beautiful, smooth porcelain skin. And now I'm breaking out, but since I'm on hormones, I'm like, every blemish is just a step on my journey. Transition is not perfect. This is just me becoming who I am. And it's like, bitch, you were up at 5 a.m. eating a family-sized bag of kettle chips. You haven't drank water in a week. That's why you look like that. That's why you look like that. It's crazy. I'll tell you this and then I'll get out of here. So I am kind of coming into my sexual prime in quarantine, both as a 30-year-old woman and a 16-year-old boy. I've been getting into like a quarantine thing. They're telling me to keep it up, so I can keep it up. Don't worry. If there's anything I'm great at, it is talking alone to myself in the room. I do love to hear my voice. I love it. I'm getting into a quarantine thing. You guys know like a quarantine thing, like people are like baking bread, or they are learning a new instrument, or they're learning a new language. I have a quarantine thing too. It's sexting, and I'm very good at it. I'm very, very good at it. Like by the time I'm out of here, you're going to swear I've been sexting my whole life. Like I'm going to be a grizzled pro. Like I get up every day before dawn. I stretch. Oof. I put baby powder on my hands. Get ready for a long day of sexting. I'm like, I could sext before I could walk. I could sext before I could talk. It's amazing. It's great. I'm doing some self-exploration. I got Grindr for the first time. Okay, brand new experience for me. Brand new. I have learned that sexting with men is very different from sexting with women. And if it's weird to you that I, as a non-binary person, am doing a like men are like this, women are like this type joke, just assume everything I'm about to say is wrong. Okay, just plug your ears. I'm wrong. That being said, sexting with women is a craft. It's got 3-act structure. It's Aristotelian. It's got narrative arc. It's got character development. We grow in the same direction. We become together. It's beautiful. Sexting with men is like a child's flashcard with a picture of an apple. It says apple underneath, but instead of an apple, it's a dick. And not like a nice clear dick, like a backlit dick pic with the flash and the pilly sweatpants in the front. Men can't read is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm talking to this girl. She's an influencer, right? So she sent me this beautiful picture. I'm talking like color coordinated, evocative lighting, like a high production value nude. So I went to send her something back, and I'm there. I'm in my bed, right, trying to take this picture. And as I go to move the Cheez-Its box out of the bed with me, I realize, oh my God, I'm the gross guy. I've been the gross guy this whole time. It's weird. It's a weird time. I am in a relationship right now, actually. I'm in a non-monogamous relationship, okay? I'm not admitting a crime to you. I'm not admitting an infidelity to you. I am in a non-monogamous relationship. And I've dated both ways. I've dated monogamously and non-monogamously. And they're different, you know, they're different. They're hard in different ways. It's like, monogamy is like, you know, somebody asked me if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? I say, okay, steak. It's my favorite food. I know what to expect. I'll have it every day. It gets a little boring, but I always know what I'm getting. Non-monogamy is like, I go to the restaurant. I'm like, okay, I want steak and pizza and tacos. I get them all. But sometimes the pizza and the tacos want to go have dinner without me. It's hard. I'll say this and then I'll leave you with this. You know, it's a weird situation to navigate being in a non-monogamous relationship in quarantine. Like before this all went down, before I totally understood what was happening, at my last comedy show before quarantine, I was workshopping a joke that went, non-monogamy at the end of the world sounds like fun until you're all quarantined in the same YMCA. Then it's complicated. And now I'm like, oh, that would have been better. That would have been a best case scenario. Like, I wish we were all quarantined in the same YMCA, making a spreadsheet about who can sleep on which yoga mat on which night with who. We make the spreadsheet out of a stick and a rock because there's no Wi-Fi in the gym. I don't remember how the world works, okay? I don't remember how it works. Because as it is, you know, it's not safe for us to see each other right now. That's the last thing I'll say. It's not safe for us to see each other right now. It's like, if you're monogamous, right? You have one partner, you quarantine together, you get the plague, you give it to your partner gets the plague, you die in each other's arms. That's romance. That's Romeo and Juliet. That's the greatest love story of all time. If you're non-monogamous, you get the plague, you give it to your partner gives it to their partner, that person dies. That's unethical non-monogamy. That's you being the unethical slut. All right, guys, I'm just, thank you so much. Please remember to donate. These are really cool causes tonight, and thank you so much to Immigration Equality for having me. I might be stalling for a little bit more time here. So, yeah, just open up that phone, take out that phone, click, 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 get to the donate button. I hear that if we get to a certain amount of guests tonight, we're going to have a donation matched, and I think that that's amazing. So, yeah, hit that. Oh, it's mirrored, so I can't do it. I can't aim for it. I'm like trying to.
Jess, yes, everyone, all the way from Queens, it's Jess Tom. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. It's so funny because I am also like 4 months on estrogen. So I feel you. My body is changing. I'm having a weird little puberty moment too. But I guess the benefit is that I get clear skin from my drugs. I think spironolactone, that's the testosterone blocker I'm on. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's also given to women with acne. So I am blessed with this flawless skin. But you know what? It's gonna get better, buddy. But give it a few months. You're gonna be great, Jess. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And like Jess said, please continue to donate. The donation box is right here. No, oh my God, I did it too. It's this way. Oh, also, I didn't shave. I just wanted to like show you all. That's exactly why I did this. But yes, please continue to donate. But all the contributions are being split between both the organizations. And they're, like we mentioned earlier, are doing extremely important work. So continue to support them as much as you can. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and move us right along. Oh my God, my eyelash. I told you, all I do is look at myself. I can't even, I mean, I'm literally looking at a web. Can you imagine if drag queens had mirrors everywhere when they perform? They wouldn't be able to look at the audience. They'd be looking in the mirror the entire time. Anyway, sidetracked. I'm super excited to bring on to the stage, the metaphorical stage, Sundari, the Indian goddess.
ये निगाहें नश्तर, ये होंठ कौसर, मेरी आगोश में होश भी बेहोश होगा.
ये किसकी है आहट, ये किसका है साया, हुई दिल में दस्तक, यहाँ कौन आया.
Tom tanana tanana dere no, tom tanana tanana dere na tadare. Tadare 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 na.
Just a little wine. Ain't no harm in that, right? Cause we having a good time. We everybody. Wine up somebody now. Take a wine, everybody. Wine up somebody now. A little wine never hurt nobody. So take a wine. A little wine never hurt nobody.
Me can't get enough. Girl, I good on by that me love. I murder when me step in at the club. Select that to the top in at the sub. Music a bounce and lyrics by the tons. And me high grade sent from above. We tell them. Hey, watch out for this. Watch out for this. Watch out for this. Watch out for this. The maddest lyrics, mash up the place, but you are not for this. Yo, me nah miss number one funny list. The girl them a twist waistline can't miss.
When I start to whine, start to whine, start to whine, hold on tight. When I go down, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down, hold on tight. When I roll my waist, roll my waist, roll my waist, hold on tight. When I go down, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down, hold on tight. Start to whine, start to whine, start to whine, hold on tight. When I go down, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down, hold on tight.
Yes! Everyone, please, please, please give it up for Sundari, the Indian goddess. Thank you so much for that. Was beautiful. God damn, I miss drag shows so much. Being that, God, and that move that you did. Listen, I kind of dance. Like, that's what I kind of do too. I consider myself a singer first, a dancer second, or actually an actor second, and then a dancer third, or a public speaker third, and then a dancer fourth. But it just made me miss being outside and celebrating like my existence and my being with all of you queer folks. So thank you so much, Sundari, for bringing me that feeling of just celebrating our like livelihood and like who we are as people. Thank you so much. That was so fun. Moving along, we had them earlier before, but coming back onto the screen and to the metaphorical stage, we do have B. Steadwell.
I believe that while we are fighting for our human rights, we should continue to celebrate our humanity. So I'm going to sing a love song. This is called Cartoon Girl. It's about falling in love and feeling like everything is covered in glitter and cheese. Doom. 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 Cartoon girl, you're like a doodle in my notebook world. And what you do to me, I can't explain. You make watercolor rain. When you smile, there's cartoon birds a singing in your eyes. They light up everything I can't deny. The squiggly lines I feel inside. Feel like I've been sleeping, and it's you I'm dreaming. I can't believe this feeling. I dreamed you into life, my cartoon lover. Paint my world in color. I can't see any other. I drew you up just right, cartoon girl. You're like a doodle in my notebook world. And what you do to me, I can't explain it. You make watercolor rain. When you're gone, it's just another day. The skies, the trees, even the sun is gray. No place to go. I feel my heavy world turn slow. But I ain't concerning. Know that you're returning. I feel my spirit burning. My skin begins to glow. Don't say you love her. This girl could be trouble. Oh, what's in your thought bubble? I'd really love to know, cartoon girl. You're like a doodle in my notebook world. And what you do to me, I can't explain. You make watercolor rain.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, B. Stonewall, for that second performance tonight. I'm really so excited that you got to be a part of this, and not only to be a part of it, but to also like start it and finish it, because you were in the beginning, bitch, and we are coming very soon to the close of our concert. And this is usually where I look at everyone and I say, "Go aw," and they go, "Aw." If I was in a live show, but I'm sure all of you are doing it from home with me as well. If you haven't already, please remember to donate. Here is the link again. Oh, I did it. I guess that's correct. It really is a mirror image in here. Please be sure to donate. All of your contributions are going to be divided between the two organizations. So all of your support is really important to the health and to the well-being of these organizations and to the people it helps. So please continue to do that. Coming up, another good sis of mine. I'm very excited that she got to join us for tonight's event. We do have Miss Alicia Day, and let me tell you just a quick little thing about Alicia Day. Me and Alicia started doing drag, I think around the same time. She started, I think, in Ithaca while she was at college, and she brought it to New York City, and she has been turning it out in the New Jersey area, especially. You know, they love her there, and we love her in the city too. We started out in the same competitions together, and she's just a really beautiful person. And I'm so excited that I finally had an opportunity to work with you, because it really has been a long time, and I'm really happy that we got to reconnect like this. So without further ado, this is my good sis, Alicia Day.
Worship me. Feel that lightning down in my soul. And if you wanna feel the thunder, baby, better let me know. Woo, I'm lit, don't mess with it. Woo, stand back, let me do my shit. Woo, I'm lit, don't mess with it. Woo. Worship me. Oh, here it go. Okay. Stop and smell my roses, posies. Appreciate my poses, they know I'm a fanfare like the Star Spangled. Oh, say, can you see my angles? Cause I'm hotter than the stove top. You can put the kettle on, but I'ma make the thing pop. No, I ain't talking about my work, just my work. You can add it all up while I'm beefing up my perk. Hands to the sky. Show me that you're mine. Make me believe it. Hands to the sky. Show me that you're mine. Oh yeah, baby, worship me. Worship me. Get it together. Make it feel good. Patiently, quietly, faithfully. Worship me.
Yes! Alicia Day, everyone. There's this one move that you do all the time, and I really want to learn how to do it. Will you please teach me? It's like, see, I told you, dancer fourth. Dancer fourth. Not my strongest suit. It's a song from Aida. Anyway, moving along. Thank you so much, Alicia Day, for coming in and sharing this with us. It really means a lot to me that you were able to be a part of this. Moving right along, I'm really excited to bring on this next video because this is someone at Immigration Equality who has made an effort to stay in touch with me after I got to work with them last year on a brunch fundraiser that they did. And it really means a lot to me to have a kind of relationship where I can talk to the folks during and after performances and fundraisers, to try to continue to show my support and also just to keep in touch and know that we're looking out for each other as much as we can. So he's a great ball of fun and a really great guy. So I'm super excited to introduce Sydney Jackson, the Director of Development at Immigration Equality.
Hi, my name is Sydney Jackson, and I'm the Director of Development for Immigration Equality. Yes, I say that very, very proudly because it's the best LGBTQ immigration rights organization in the nation. So tonight, what a night we've had. I mean, if you weren't able to join us for that wonderful town hall earlier tonight, I'm hoping that we will be able to share with you. But for those who did join us, thank you. I know you left with some great nuggets and some ways to really make a change. I want to thank Caribbean Equality Project for joining us. And so just a little bit more about, again, while we're here tonight, to support Caribbean Equality Project and immigration equality in this racial justice benefit concert tonight called Amplify. We want to amplify the message of what we are doing and Caribbean Equality Project. I'll tell you a little bit about immigration equality. Even before COVID, we were making a difference. We have a 99% win rate for LGBTQ individuals and those living with HIV seeking asylum. Our legal team has fought for 8 individuals already to be removed from ICE detention centers where before they couldn't get basic human needs like soap to save their lives from this dangerous, life-threatening COVID-19 disease. But we won, we fought hard, and we won't stop. And so we need your support tonight to do so. You have seen slides tonight where you can donate, but you can always go to immigrationequality.org. Again, immigrationequality.org to make a donation tonight. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much, Sydney, for your words and for your encouragement and just your general presence at Immigration Equality. I know they love to have you, and I'm so happy that I get to still work with you on events like this. So thank you so much. And a reminder, y'all, to donate. In case you didn't hear it from Sydney, you're going to hear it from me, the drag queen. Donate. Moving along, we have another performer, and I did mention earlier that we are beginning to wrap up the show. But with that in mind, please continue to support, in case I don't say it later, please continue to support both of these organizations together and separately. It's really amazing right now that organizations are coming together because we know that these stories are intersectional and that they're really important to be sharing resources and making each other heard and amplifying each other as much as possible. So I'm really happy that Immigration Equality and Caribbean Equality Project has come together to do such a wonderful event for such wonderful work that they do. So with that in mind, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce our next performer. And I got to hear a little bit about them watching their video. And I'm so excited to share this with y'all. This is Damian Anthony.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Damian Anthony here. I am here in the Bronx at Certified Industry Studios. I want to give a shout out to the Caribbean Equality Project. I'm so happy to be a part of this project. I just want to let everyone know that I'll be singing one of my favorite songs. It's called Stay the Same. It's by Joey McIntyre. The song talks about being yourself, not changing for anyone. Just be the true you. And if you do change, just be a better version of yourself. You know, I was born in Jamaica but raised out of the Bronx. And ever since I came here, the Caribbean Equality Project has been like, the wind beneath my wings, if I must say. They've been supporting me as an artist. They've always had my back. They've put me on many platforms and made me feel comfortable being in my own skin. And if you were to ever reach out to anyone, especially if you're from Caribbean descent, I would say reach out to the Caribbean Equality Project. Just Google them, and all the information to their website will be there for the reaching and for the taking. They have a whole bunch of programs and a whole bunch of, things they can educate you on and talk to you about, especially if you want to learn more about the LGBT community and how to support and how to show a lot of love. Peace out. Thank you so much, and I really, really hope you like this video. It's called Stay the Same. Thank you.
Don't you ever wish you were someone else, but you were meant to be the way you are exactly. Don't you ever say you don't like the way you are, 'cause
to love yourself, you're better off by far. And I hope you always stay the same, 'cause there's nothing about you I would change. I think that you could be whatever you want to be if you could realize all the dreams you have inside. Don't be afraid if you've got something to say. Just open up your heart and let it show you the way. Don't you ever wish you were someone else, but you were meant to be the way you are exactly. Don't you ever say you don't like the way you are, 'cause when you learn to love yourself, you're better off by far. And I hope you always stay the same, 'cause there's nothing about you I would change. Believe in yourself, reach down inside. The love of fire will set you free. Believe in yourself, you will come alive. Have faith in what you do, you'll make it through. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't you ever wish you were someone else. Oh yeah, you were meant to be where you are exactly. Don't you ever say you don't like the way you are. Oh yeah, when you learn to love yourself, and I hope you always stay the same, 'cause there's nothing about you I would change. No, there's nothing about you I would change. Don't ever change.
Thank you, Damian Anthony. Oh my gosh. Never change. No, not a thing about you I would change. Thank you so much. I needed to hear that today. Did anyone else? Anyone? You know, it's wild. I really feed off of an audience, and right now my only audience is like my cat, which is a great audience to have, honestly. I'm very happy that they're here with me right now. But it's so strange being on this side of it and like not hearing applause and like not being able to interact with people as easily. But it has really brought so many opportunities for all of us to meet new people on the internet, watching things that we love and donating to things that we care about. And it's just, you know, there's a lot that has come up due to COVID. In terms of like, you know, staying in contact and staying in touch. But it really is amazing to still be able to stay connected between everyone around the world. And now even broaden our grasp to different countries and different continents and just be able to share that with so many different people. It's a really beautiful thing. Before I introduce our last guest, I do want to remind you all, please, after the show is over, after I'm off of your television screen, but hopefully on your Instagram screen, please continue to donate to Immigration Equality and Caribbean Equality Project. There's a lot going on in the world, and this organization has done so much work to make time here worthwhile for folks who don't have the opportunities and the privilege to live life freely and to the fullest. So please, please, please continue to support and continue to donate. With that, you have come away from this with having learned something, but to not stop learning. This work when it comes to, anti-racism and when it comes to issues with immigration, it's really important that we don't let ourselves get defensive over our views, but rather invite conversation to learn more and to be willing to adapt to those conversations and to listen to people's points of view, especially people with voices who haven't typically been heard before. So please, please, please continue to learn, to continue to grow, and continue to change the world by having these difficult conversations and doing this difficult work. That being said, I'm very excited to bring on to the stage. You've seen her on RuPaul's Drag Race a bunch of times. She is a professional and she came to work. Her name is Shangela.
Greetings, salutations, and hallelujah. Surprise! Hi, everyone. Yes, honey, it's me, your girl, Shangela. Say what? Stutters a baby. Now I'm all grown up. All grown up and making y'all this message, honey. You see, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize the great work that Immigration Equality is doing in the LGBTQIA+ community, all right? It's not easy for a lot of people around the world in so many different places around the world. And being a diva who has traveled all around the world, I've seen our queer experience in many different cultures. And it's so great that the organization Immigration Equality exists and that they are also representing LGBTQ+ folks who are seeking asylum in the US. All right, we know that we have to stand together strongly as a community, and I'm proud of this organization, and I'm proud of all of you who are interested in this organization, who are showing support for this organization, and who are ensuring that the resources do not run out. Thank you so much, because we all know that we cannot progress forward as an LGBTQ+ world community until all of us are free to express themselves and to love all of who they are. Thank you again for the work that you're doing, and I appreciate y'all. I would be there with you, wherever you are, I'd be there with you if I could. I'm Shangela, I'd be there to jump out of a box, out of a cake, or, up into the border and be like, woo, hallelujah, it's me. But, I'm trying to be socially distant fish. But even at a time when we have to be physically separated, it just reminds us how important it is to be able to have the freedom to go, to live, to exist, to love. I love you guys. Mwah. Hallelujah.
Thank you, Shangela, so much for your kind words and for your support of both of these organizations. Thank you so, so much. I'm sorry, y'all, but we got to talk about it. Shangela's saying she'll come out of a box, come out of a cake, come out the other side of the border and say hallelujah. Killed me. I love her. I love her so much. We've crossed paths in weird ways before. It is just so funny to see her in so many different ways. So thank you so much for joining us on that one, Shangela. Speaking of thank yous, this does conclude our evening. Amplify is an event that is here to really uplift and empower the voices of folks being directly affected by racism as well as immigration injustice. And it's really important right now that we continue to support these organizations, but also do research on other organizations that are doing the same, because all of these problems together are systemic and they continue to grow without the work of us. So if you think that you are doing enough, challenge yourself to think how you can do more. I have to thank a bunch of people. First off, Immigration Equality for bringing me on and letting me be part of this with you all. I really, really appreciate the opportunity to be here and to learn and grow with you all as you continue to do your work. I'm so excited that I got to collaborate with Caribbean Equality Project too. We've never worked together before, but I hope to continue to support and be there for y'all in whatever capacity y'all need. If there's anything you ever need, please, please, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. as I'll be keeping up with y'all as much as I can too. Along with that, I have a few other thank yous to get through. We do have Marissa Govern, who did all the graphics, or did all the video editing, excuse me, for the show. And without your help, we couldn't have had a slightly flawless show go on today. You know, technical issues are very real in this age of live streamed shows and benefits and fundraisers and concerts. And we saw some of that tonight, but that doesn't mean that the message is not as important as you think it is. Along with that, Sam Garcia also created a lot of the assets and graphics for this event. So thank you so much to both of you for doing this work. And I really do have to give a huge, huge shout out to John Leslie at Harmon Media, because he produced this entire event for a nonprofit, and it's really amazing work, and we couldn't have done this so effortlessly without him. So I needed to thank all of those folks. Other people that I want to thank: Sydney, Mohammed, Jillian, for all of your work behind the scenes. I really appreciate all of it. And with that, I do have to say good night. Continue to challenge yourself, continue to work, and continue to grow. Thanks, everyone.
I stand here waiting for you to bang the song, to crash the critics saying, is it right or is it wrong? If only fame hidden I'd be, baby, could I bear being away from you? I firmly put it in here. I live for the applause, applause, applause. I live for the applause, applause, live for the applause, applause, live for the way that you cheer and scream for me. The applause, applause, applause. Give me the feeling of love, turn the lights on, put your hands up, make them turn and turn. Give me the feeling of love, turn the lights on, put your hands up, make them turn and turn.
If you're looking for devotion, you got to show me love. You got to show me. Yeah, yeah. You got to show me love. Heartbreaks and promises, I've had more than my share. I'm tired of giving my love and getting nowhere, nowhere. I need somebody who really cares. I really need a lover, a